Good afternoon, everyone, et bienvenue tout le monde. Welcome to the afternoon sessions for day 3 of CSBC 2023. I'm delighted to introduce panel 904, Transforming the Science and Innovation Landscape, Adopting an Enterprise Approach for Co-Investments in Science Infrastructure, and I will pass it off to our moderator, Magda Hawiecki.
Bonjour. I'm Magda Hawiecki, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our panel on transforming the science and innovation landscape, adopting an enterprise approach for co-investments in science infrastructure here in Ottawa. So before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to say a huge thanks to the organizers and volunteers that have put this together, all the folks behind the scenes that have created this beautiful, seamless event. So just wanted to give them a round of applause to say thank you. So we are privileged to be meeting today in our nation's capital, located on the ancestral, unceded territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation. We extend our respect to all First Nations, Inuit, and the Métis Nation for their valuable past, present, and future contributions to this land. It's a privilege to serve as your moderator for today's panel. My day job is Director General of the Long-Term Vision and Plan for the Laboratories Canada and Parliamentary Precinct Programs at Public Services and Procurement Canada, referred to as PSPC. For those of you that aren't familiar with our department, we play an important role in the daily operations of the Government of Canada as a key provider of services for federal departments and agencies. PSPC serves as the central purchasing agent, linguistic authority, real property manager, treasurer, accountant, integrity advisor, and pay and pension administrator. We are the delivery arm of many government priorities, including the Laboratories Canada Initiative, which was developed in 2018 as a response to a national review by the Canadian government on the need to shift away from a legacy portfolio of aging federal science facilities. A Labs Canada long-term vision and plan was developed to build on 4 pillars: infrastructure, IT, equipment, and reducing the barriers to collaboration. Ultimately, our goal is to help transform, rebuild, and modernize a national network of modern, multi-purpose federal science facilities to spark innovative ways of doing research in partnership with academia and industry and attract the next generation of scientists. So our first phase actually brings together 15 science-based departments and agencies to form 5 science hubs, and I'd like to take a moment to describe these before we get started today. So the first is the Atlantic Science Enterprise Center, which is focused on the protection and sustainability of Atlantic fresh and saltwater aquatic systems and resources. The second is Cultural Heritage Science, which is focused on the preservation of cultural heritage and access to collections for future generations. Thirdly, we have the Regulatory and Security Science, focused on the protection of human health, food safety, animal and plant health, as well as strengthening emergency preparedness and border security. Fourth is Terra Canada, which is focused on the sustainable development of lands and resources, the transition to a low-carbon economy, and the mitigation of natural and human-made hazards. And finally, we have Transportation Safety and Technology Science, which is focused on the reduction of transportation safety risks, as well as the creation of new technologies to improve certification and accident investigations for air, marine, and rail. So as you know, science infrastructure requires extensive resources to plan, build, operate, and maintain over time. However, there is significant fragmentation across the system. Conversations that I've heard and ethos that's been talked about through some of the conversations today through the conference, and these create barriers to science and technology collaboration. So co-investments in science infrastructure and collaborative partnerships with various levels of government, academia, industry, Indigenous peoples, and international partners are crucial for advancing scientific knowledge and driving innovation forward. So this panel will discuss how the Canadian science research and innovation ecosystem could be strengthened by implementation of an enterprise approach to co-investments, sharing resources, and enhancing collaboration, especially for investments beyond the funding capacity of one organization. And today we are fortunate to be joined by leading experts from Europe, Australia, and across Canada, who will be sharing their views and insights. So I look forward to an engaging discussion. So with that, let's begin with the introductions of our esteemed panelists. I'd like to begin with Miss Megan Kennedy. Over to you, Megan.
Is my mic working? Yep, it does sound like that. So hi, everybody. My name is Megan Kennedy. I'm the Director General of the Science Program and Workplace Technologies area within Shared Services Canada. Shared Services Canada is responsible for delivering enterprise IT solutions for the Government of Canada and the backbone of the infrastructure for that. But my area is a unique area that I would say is probably a test within Shared Services Canada. We are specifically focused, and part of our mandate is Labs Canada, on designing new solutions and technologies for researchers in the federal sphere and figuring out how they can actually maximize their efficiency through new solutions. So my specific area is using a very client-centric design model. We use agile development, which we'll talk about later, and create solutions for researchers with the actual researchers themselves.
Excellent. Thank you, Megan. Okay. We have some mic oh, there we go. Thank you so much. And joining us on screen remotely is our colleague, Dr. Jana Kolar. I'll give her an opportunity to introduce herself.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Magda. So I am Jana Kolar. I currently chair a body called ESFRI, European Strategy Forum on Research Infrastructures, which is a body composed of delegates from member states and European Commission tasked with policy coordination in the field of research infrastructures. So Magda, talking about the fragmentation, I think 20 years ago, we were absolutely the winners when it comes to this. So it will be my pleasure today to say what we have done in the last 20 years, which may serve, and it's not directly transferable, but may help inspire also the system that you have. I'm also executive director of a research infrastructure called